recording. All right, so we're going to start with sampler, and sampler is a new kind of thing. It used to be Alchemist, or I don't know where Alchemist is gone now. Um, but essentially, you can create your own materials, right? And you can create them from images. So you can start off with a material, and there's a bunch of material presets they give you. Why isn't mine showing my materials? So I can also add assets. So if I download a asset, did we ever download any substars? I'm sure I'll download one now. Substance. Okay, let's go for something free. Materials. Let's go. Free assets. Yay. I want a sci-fi shuttle. Download. It's in this downloading. I need to log in. There we go. Right, so I'm going to download that, and I should be able to add it as an asset. What the hell? Where'd it go? Did it download? Show in folder. Asset design. Add assets. Oh, there it is. And then I have that as an asset. But let me just, before we mess with that, I'll show you how to create something from an image. So often you'll do this by taking a photo of something you need to make a material out of, and then you can bring that in and create a material out of it, as well as edit it further than just using it as a material. So here's, for example, a crate texture that I made, and I can just click and drag it up top right into the layers. And in this case, I want to use, you can use as a bitmap, which gives you a lot more control, but we have an AI powered thing, which is amazing, super easy. Click on that, and let's just import that, and we'll start that as an AI to material, let it do its job. So what it's going to do, it's going to create a AI kind of like processing on the material and give you what it thinks works well. So you can kind of see, hopefully it's updated by now. Sorry. This kind of like option that it's given me. And then I have a bunch of parameters on the base material. So I can go to all these options, but let me go to the image and material, just check that. So how much do I want to control the micro details? So that's like the tiny detail. You may not be able to see that in stream, but it's like the small, tiny details. So if I push that up, that like sharpens. If I drop that down, that lowers. Medium details are the same thing. Just like, do I push them bigger or lower? You can kind of see that sharpening up or unsharpening. And then the same with large details. So it's essentially the intensity. Geometry equalizer will basically like flatten everything. Or if I push that up, it unflattens everything. So it keeps it less smooth. And then ambient occlusion is like, I don't know if you can see that again in stream, but it's like literally as it says in the tin, how much occlusion there is. Delighting is a concept where if I take a photo right now, the sun is going to cast shadows and stuff, and that shadows will make it look like that light is always coming from that direction. So you can do some delighting, and delighting will automatically, like if I look at here, if you look at that, you know, the flip sunlight, you can see all the shadows on the lights of it. Delighting will try to get rid of that. When it's really harsh light like this, though, it's not going. Kind of why something here, this is like perfect. This is what we call it in lighting. It's not harsh, it's not like a bidirectional laser today. If I was going to do photogrammetry or creating materials, or whatever you do, perfect days are like cloudy days, cloudy, sunlight, but it's also too cloudy, it's like ambient conditions, so we get a lot of that dark there. So that's the AI generator, but if I go back to the base material, there's also stuff I can tweak. So roughness, and that's like straight up just like essentially shininess. That is global though. My metallicity, and again, these are all global. Whether it's opacity, ambient occlusion, specular level, all this kind of stuff as well. Now, most of these is not controlled from here because most of these are done through the AI. Okay, so this is fine, and that's great. Like, that was super easy for me to create a material. But what else can I do with this? Well, I have a bunch of stuff here. There's like a clone tool as well. Let's see. Can I clone this stuff? Yeah, I can. So if I hold control, I can click, and I can clone parts of the, parts of the model as well, and try to like kind of like edit stuff if I wanted to. I can also try, and this is where we can try to kind of like make it seamless. So you can kind of see I'm like painting over the edges here, and can you see that on the left hand side? It's removing that seam over there while by using my clone tool. So I'm kind of trying to remove that seam. Now it'll work better if I have something like a grass texture, obviously something that's not as geometric, but this is, but you can kind of see the way it's working, right? So as you can see here now, this material is tall. Now I have this problem with the clone stamp. Be very careful of this, by the way, where you can see this like repeating clone stamp texture. But it's a lot easier if I don't I can add blur as well. Sorry, don't have that blur. See if that blur helps a little bit. Oh, why isn't it blurring? Yeah, much better. Okay. So you can see how that would help me to like get rid of seams and stuff, because that was very seamed before. Okay. So that would be a clone stamp tool. You can do like perspective transforms and stuff. I don't really need this, but you can kind of see that I can transform the image and like warp it. But in my case, it's perfect. You would do that if you had an image that was slightly offset. Okay. Okay, so that's all great, but what else can we do? So up here to the right hand side, we've got like extra stuff we can do. Where's layers? Am I back on layers? So I can add filters. Where do I add filters again? Add a layer, sorry. And then there's a bunch of like filters I can do. So I can do stuff like blurs. It's a very simple thing. So I could just like blur everything. Oh no, I got my properties window. There we go. That's my properties. And I can like blur stuff like that. That's easy. But more interestingly, I can add stuff like brick walls. That you can see that it's taken that and it's tried to create brick wall out of that texture. So let's say I wanted to make like a mosaic out of something in a game, I could do this brick wall system. If I click on the brick wall properties, sorry, there's a bunch of like parameters in here. So I've got like even the types of like bond they use, like English bond, like there's a gap in between stuff. Flemish bond. Like who knew there were this many? You can randomize the seeds. You can go like to the tiling. You can see that I can tweak the tiling and my offset. So if I drop the offset to nothing, you can kind of see it basically just looks like that image, but it makes it look like it's out of bricks. And then if I offset, it gives it a little bit more offset. Can you see that? Hopefully you can see that. There's like even the cement color, so I can change like what gaps are in between. Disorder, stuff like that, which is really good. Brick disorder, and I can even like shatter some of the bricks so they're cracked. Huh? So I can crack some of the bricks as well. You can kind of see like I'm getting these shattered stuff. Some of the bricks can be gone like that. And I've just created this super cool brick wall with very little effort. Variation in colors of the bricks, dirtiness. Like that's Zombie Apocalypse. This is just brand new. Add that up. And then we even get to like other stuff, so like height, blend, intensity. That's how high you want to push stuff. Same with normals, and then ambient occlusion, same thing as well. So like starting from that one image, I now have this like essentially weird brick wall. Let's have a look at what other layers we have. We've got other stuff, and I think I can add more filters as well. Let's do a cloth weave. Let me get rid of the brick wall. Cloth weave. Bit much. So we've got weave patterns even. But this should be taking the colors, not really taking the color. But you can kind of see like I can create like cloth colors and stuff as well on. Cool. So let me remove that. What else we got here? Let's do. So there's a few like useful things like color replace. So let's say I took a picture of, like, oh, this is great. This actually figured it out for me. So let's say my target color, I want my color to be like this. You see the way it's only affecting that color that I'm targeting? So it's using this color target here. So I could target a color and essentially try to replace that color. So again, if I took a photo of like a yellow chair or yellow background and I wanted that background to be red, this is where you would do it. Let's do, what else do we have here? A lot of stuff around color temperature and variation. We've got content aware fill, which is very useful. I'm not sure what I can use it for here. If I do that, maybe that fill it for me. Yeah, so it tries to fill it for me, sort of like the Photoshop content aware fill. I might try to get rid of my edge seams as well. So that works pretty good. So I'm getting a seamless texture now. Okay, so that's pretty good. So content aware fill is pretty good for that. Let's see, I do not know what an atlas scatter does. I haven't messed with that before. So I need to drag and drop the material. Let's drag and drop that material. What does this do? Okay. So what does this do? I don't know what this does. I'm not quite sure what this one does. I thought it would like overlay on this material, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. So let me just delete that. Don't know what that is. I'll figure it out for you. And I can just drag other materials on there as well, like so, and you're kind of blending the material. So essentially you can like have, let's say like a cloth material, and make it look. I can have my picture or whatever, and then make it look like it's stitched to cloth if I add a cloth material onto it. In this case, I have a sci-fi shuttle whatever thing, and now it looks like that's embossed onto the material that I have. Okay, so I can kind of mix and match and blend materials and add more. Anything like. Cool. Any questions so far? Okay. So for today, literally all I want you to do is to go around. I'm gonna find a model. I'm just gonna find some random model now on Sketchfab. I'll put it into Discord, a free model that we can texture. And we're gonna go around. You're gonna manually take photos of textures, bring them to this, create materials out of that, use that as Substance Painter to texture the model I'm gonna give you. Does that make sense? Okay? Right, let's find a random model. Buy 3D models. Free 3D model unwrapped. Oh, TV. It's kind of cool. Okay, do we want characters, cars, weapons? What do we want? Weapons? We doing weapons? We've got electronics and gadgets, robots. We doing weapons? What? Okay, I couldn't get that. What did you say? I heard robots. What? TV. Okay, so that'll be like electronics and gadgets. Hands up for weapons. Okay. Hands up for electronics and gadgets. Oh, such. Hands up for what's the last one? Robots. Such. Okay, weapons. Hopefully you can see my screen, can you? How is that a weapon? How are these weapons? I want to do something that's not crazy. Maybe the sword is a good one. Your friend model what? Which one? Where? This one. That's his model? Alright, let's shit on him. Yeah, let's use it. If it's free for download. It's supposed to be free for download. Why can't I download it? Download 3D model. Okay, so I'm gonna put this link in. Everyone download that 3D model. We're gonna use that one. And we're gonna retexture his night, make it look as awful as possible, please. What do you mean he's your friend? So obviously try and download as FBX. And then try to open that in Substance. And make sure you get rid of any textures that are on it already, and we're gonna try to texture it ourselves.